Samyukam Garva Seda Vijovidam Divyan Manusha Devanam Sari Siva Patitrina Vadana Sarva Samyuham Karma Seda Vijovidam Divyan Manusha Devanam Sari Siva Patitrina Vadana Sarva Samyuham Karma Seda Vijovidam Divyan Manusha Devanam Sari Siva Patitrinam Vadana Sarva Samyuham Karma Seda Vijovidam Hare Moksha Devanam Saris Trinam Vadana Sarva Samyutam Garbhas Vedat Vijogidam Tiyan Manusha Devanam Sarishva Padatrinam Vana Sarga Samyuham Karma Seda Vijogidam Triyamanusha Devanam Sarisripa Patatrinam Vadana Sarga Samyuham Karpasveda Vijogidam Divya Subhuman Manusha Human beings Devana of the superhuman beings or demigods, Sarishripa, reptiles, Patatrinam, of the birds, Vada, kindly describe, Naha, unto me, Sarga, generation, Samgyuham, specific division, Garva, embryonic, Sweda, perspiration, Bija, voice, Udvidam, of the plants, etc. Translation. Also, please describe the living beings under different classifications. Subhumans, humans, those born of the embryo, those born of perspiration, those who are twice born, birds, and plants and vegetables. Kindly describe their generations and subdivisions also. So let's check out the next one. Gunavatara Vishwasya Sargasthitya Vyayashayam Sritata Srinivasasya Yachakshudhara Vikram. Translation. Please also describe the incarnations of the material modes of nature, Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwar. And please describe the incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and his magnanimous activities. Purport. Although Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwar, the three incarnations of the material modes of nature, are the principal deities for the creation, maintenance, and destruction of cosmic manifestation, they are not the final authority. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna, is the ultimate goal, the cause of all causes. He is the Acharya, or the final rest of everything. Would we be so fortunate as to hear some commentary from Maharaj on this text and purport? All cosmic manifestation. Which is one and nurture, which is ordered in all the texts, or even written. We do the chance to feel and compare. So it's when people are getting to Krishna consciousness, is that they're getting a chance by reading this book to compare. Others have speculated where they didn't know, they speculated. They call them some of the best speculators they have. In their opinion, so, like, why? Animals have no souls. So since animals don't have souls, we eat them.
That's all right. That's how we pious. As is knowledge. No, and eating those things done. So, meant to eat flesh of others. How do you meant to be a food in another? But if a living entity can use the flesh, when it's not there, you need food, then it becomes implicated. So, that we go out and so very freaky and living on them. There are those plants that are full of sufferings and tortures. For a person who don't care about the future. Things would be up to shout. Yeah, down the lower station. So, hush, hush. So it's very important to learn this. Sad. Now that the animals suffering, this behavior of human beings are causing suffering on themselves and others. It is such a widespread activity. Everyone's taking part in delivering the food that comes from slaughtered animals, and thus becoming one of the accomplices. The whole system of justice comes from the Vedic knowledge. Involved to the state. Way you've been around for millions of years. This cycle all working on the ages. The universe is created by Vishnu, a universe emanating from his Lord of his being. And Carl Sagan, famous scientist, he was very impressed with the Vedic view of how the universe is managed, how it works in cycles. During that one inhalation and exhalation of Mahavishnu, the whole universe comes into being and then out. And Brahma lives his whole life, 100 years. The Brahman lifetime is 311 trillion years apart. It's a very long time. And then there's another side. And he breathes again. All the universe is coming to be it's all arranged perfectly. In fact, future managers and directors of the universe are mentioned or described. They'll set up. And sometimes living entity plays a part of Indra in one lifetime. Then in the next lifetime, he may play the part of Manu, where he may take another role in the animal. So, not that this is So we all just speculate that has to be taken as true. But if we learn from the Vedas, not dealing with just a few years or 18 years, but changing all the change. New theories, all those are thrown out. So, news after news, read, throw away. It's no longer applicable. Now there's, well, we're fortunate to be hearing this. We're more fortunate to be too.
So we should avoid speculation. We should avoid speculators because this is not the best process for acquiring knowledge. Specifically, transcendental knowledge, knowledge about the soul, knowledge about Krishna. This is not the process. The process is devotional service. And practically speaking, that means lending our ears to hearing the transcendental messages of the devotees of the Lord. The Lord says, Maya Yakshina Prakriti Suyute Sacharatana Netananina Kote Jogati Bhagavan. And he's everything is being directed under his energy. He's the director of the material energies, all the energies. So he's the perfect authority to hear from when it comes to matters concerning nature of reality, because he's the director. And that nature has a very complex structure that the scientists are spending so much of their intelligence trying to understand, not quite wrapping their minds around it. In this verse that we read, text 8, there are some nice words that are here. Sarga. Sarga means creation. This is one of the main. Categories in the Bhagavatam. The Bhagavatam sheds light on Sarga, creation, which that creation is working under the direction of the Supreme Lord through his various agents, like Guna. Guna refers to modes of material nature, and the primal demigods, which are there, namely Brahma, Vishnu, Vishnu, or the three incarnations of modes of nature, Gunavatar. Those are the Gunavatars. And they're tasked with, under the direction of the Lord, overseeing the functions like creation, maintenance, and destruction. But besides that, those personalities in themselves are not the final authority in spiritual matters, in matters of real knowledge. Those personalities are simply there to perform these crucial functions within the material world. But the transcendental knowledge goes far beyond the material world and the spiritual world. And in order to understand that subject matter and get educated on that subject matter, which is most important, we need to hear from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, or Krishna. And even Lord Brahma was one of those such primordial demigods. While Brahma is charged with overseeing creation in the material world, and he's the presiding demigod of the mode of passion, Raja. And even he says that the Lord is the goal and the cause of all causes. Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Duna Anarya Adibhuvanam Sarvakarma. So those are the words of Lord Brahma. And Lord Shiva, in so many other places, Lord Shiva also directs the living entities towards Lord Vishnu or Lord Krishna as being the final resting place of everything. And so we hear from the authorities, the Mahajans, those persons, Mahajana Gadas, those persons who are fully enlightened in these spiritual subject matters, they're the authorities, and all of them are actually glorifying the Lord and directing those personalities who are interested in finding out Tato Brahma Jigyasa, the goal of life. We can hear from his personality, from Krishna's life. And we can hear from Krishna himself in the Bhagavad Gita. So many places Krishna says, Sarvasya Vishno Matasya Jnana Upavanaja. Is it that he's in the heart of all living entities? Therefore, Maharaj made that point that speculators, they come up with so many bogus ideas like that animals don't have souls. Where do you get that from? If you simply just hear from God, you'll find out quickly that he says that he's in the heart of all living entities. So, if God's in the heart of all living entities, what does that mean? That the soul is there as well. So, just by hearing from these authorities, spiritual authorities, one's doubts can get fully cleared. And when one's doubts are fully cleared, then he can be situated in spiritual consciousness, and he can actually experience the pleasure of coming in contact with Krishna. Krishna also says, so if there's any confusion about who is that supreme authority, Krishna is clearing it up. As far as I know, nobody else has spoken in such words, but that's just the goal of the Vedas is actually himself. Krishna says that. And he says, that he's also the compiler of the Vedas and the knower of the Vedas. So everything that he's actually speaking is Vedanta. Is that topmost knowledge, topmost philosophy. And all we need is a little bit of curiosity to inquire further into that and say, well, let me just apply my intelligence to this book, this literature, and see what happens. That's all it requires. Not really you're having to believe anything, but you just want to be interested in that. The human form of life is that we can take interest in that. So one should at least be a little interested and then inquire. And we can see that just by taking up the process, knowledge is there. Things become illumined. Our condition in this material world becomes illumined. And good qualities begin to manifest automatically. And doesn't require some kind of certificate or anything. Just by coming in contact with Krishna and with spiritual life, then automatically humility, peace, so many wonderful qualities begin to manifest. Provided that one actually takes up the process seriously, according to the way that the prescribed methods. Krishna gives the methods on how one should approach him. So one should use his intelligence to find out what am I supposed to do. If one is sincere enough, he'll do that. If one is pious enough, he'll do that. So, the devotees are very merciful in that they are manifested here in this material world, and they're preaching glories of the Lord, and they have such an intense desire to do so that more or less it's just a matter of time before everyone will benefit from that. Whether they like to or not, it's already happening now. So we're very fortunate to be lending ourselves useful for Srila Prabhupada's mission, and to be on that side of the game. We're very fortunate. We should appreciate this. We should appreciate his compassion for all the living entities. And we should really feel how fortunate we are, and become inspired to render more and more service towards helping his preaching mission. And like that, we'll become really satisfied with life. We'll become really satisfied. We'll become Yadma Superseded. The Yadma Superseded. That there will be no doubt of pleasure, fully absorbed in Krishna consciousness. All of our energy is being preoccupied with serving the highest thing, Srila Prabhupada's mission. So, we're very fortunate. And it's only a matter of time we keep applying ourselves that we'll begin to realize that more and more, and we'll begin to appreciate it more and more. So, anyways, it's just about time. Any devotees would like to say anything, thoughts? Then we'll just end there. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.